Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Jordie James, and today I just want to start off with saying thank you so much to all the beautiful people out there who have liked my page and come over to Instagram for me. My website is still being worked on. Yes, I am being a bit slack, but I am doing it myself. So that is the reason why. But what was really interesting over the last couple of weeks, and it only just it hit me yesterday, but I know over the last couple of weeks it's been hitting me a little bit more. And it's all about, today I want to talk about grief. Now, grief is quite an interesting thing. People have, we all have our own journeys with grief. We have all our own opinions with grief. And for me, what I like it to is when we are doing something, everyone's got a idea or a way of dealing with it, and then they try, not try, but they sort of suggest things that they've done, and that's all well and good. But with grief, it's very individual, and grief cannot be just passing of a loved one. It could be anything from losing a job, losing a partner, losing a relationship, losing family. But with grief, it can be quite a interesting time and interesting path where we go, hold on a second, where am I in this? What, like, you're there for everyone else, but where am I in this grief? Because you're there helping someone else go through their grief. Where have you gone to work on your own grief? Where have you gone to sit in your grief? Now, being a medium, it's quite an interesting way of looking at it, because when I was younger, at grief, losing someone that we love, I always got upset, and not to say that I don't get upset because the physical form of that beautiful loved one has passed, but for me, it was like, oh my God, that's it. There's no more. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't get signs. And this is when I was a little bit younger, not understanding where I am now on a spiritual level, going, hang on a second, it's just the release of the physical body, but the soul still stays around, or the spirit still stays around of that beautiful loved one. But in turn, we still grieve the loss of being talking like I am to you face to face, or physical contact. And what we do is we sometimes push that aside, but realistically we need to sit in it and go, okay. And what's really interesting being a medium is we can all do this. We can all sit and just breathe, clear our mind, and ask for our loved one to step in, ask our loved one to step close, and allow our awareness just to shift a little bit. So not our conscious awareness, but our energetic awareness, so we can feel that loved one step forward. Now, I've gone through some grief over the last couple of weeks, and she was a sister of a beautiful friend of mine who's also a colleague that I work with, and I actually met her through him. And it was just really interesting that when I was chatting to him yesterday, that I haven't really sat back and grieved for this beautiful lady. So moving forward, it's, yes, we get on with our life, but then it also, the grief showed up in my acupuncture appointment yesterday as well. So we still hold on to it physically. So we need to let it go physically and energetically, and allow ourselves to sit in that own space. Now, they say there's 5 stages or 7 stages of grief. And yes, we do go through all those emotions, but remember, it's important to go through those emotions so we can be stronger, grounded, and healthier in our grief, because sometimes grief cannot get as healthy as what we think it could be. So that's my topic for today. It's only because it has affected me. I didn't realize how much until now, but I hope that makes sense to everyone. So just remember, when we lose someone from the physical world, just take a step, take a breath, and just be aware of the awareness next to us energetically, and you'll know that they're right there they'll leave us signs and symbols. So I'll leave that with you. And I've got a beautiful caller called Deborah on the phone. Hi, Deborah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Deborah, I work psychically and mediumshiply. How would you like me to work for you?
What's the difference?
Okay, psychic is what's going on around you, so past, present, future, and mediumshiply is connecting with loved ones.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's one or the other?
Yeah, you can either choose whatever, or do you want me to just blend with whatever comes through?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I don't know what to choose. I have a hard time choosing stuff.
Deborah, look, let me just connect with you, darling, and we'll see where we go. Because what I will tell you, though, I just want to quickly go through this. I know I've got a gentleman that stands close to me, and I know this gentleman wants to give you a big hug. I do feel that this gentleman is connected to Dad. I nearly said lady then, but that's really interesting. I think he might be quite a gentle soul. But I do feel like I want to go, this gentleman's connected to Dad or grandfather on Dad's side. But I do feel, actually, no, let me rephrase that. Would you understand a gentleman on Dad's side of the family that would be quite a gentle soul, but I know he's very proud of you and wants to give you a big hug around this time? Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, my dad.
Thank you. And with your dad also quite a gentle soul, and he's also got a really good sense of humor. Would that make sense to you?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. It's like I want to say he would put. He's showing me. He's the type of beautiful gentleman that would be sitting in the recliner and putting his foot out, trying to pretend to trip someone over. And he's just laughing at this because he wasn't always a prankster, but he did have that jokes. Like he was a joker. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he was mischievous.
Thank you. Yeah, because I just feel like I would have put my foot out when I'm sitting in the recliner and just someone's holding something or not watching where they're going and he'll trip them over. That's just how I feel with this gentleman. Now, as I blend with him, he is very much wanting to be around you over the last 2 to 3 weeks. He's just acknowledging that the family's not been in turmoil, but a lot of things have been thrown up in the air around the family. Would that make sense to you?
Um, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like I want to go where to. Oh, okay, thank you. He's showing me and explaining to me that to bite my tongue or to not bite my tongue around you. Would that make sense? So for you to not to bite your tongue is not a normal thing, Deborah. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. And he's just saying to me that this is not your normal thing around the family over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So can I leave that with you? But he's just acknowledging that he's definitely around. Now, also as he's talking, you and him, I feel like had a really good connection because I feel like you'd be able to chat to him about anything.
Yeah, my dad was cool.
Thank you. Yeah, because I just feel like I want to sit back. He's like, oh, now I know this is going to sound really like I want to say this, but would you understand that did he have a pickup truck with a grill or a barbecue in the back? And I don't know if it was, I don't know if you always went camping or there was I want to call it car park party or parties in the car park of something, but I just feel like he was always renowned for a good barbecue or a good cookout. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, then if I said to you, I'm seeing a pickup truck with a barbecue or a grill at the back of it, would this make sense to you?
No.
Okay, that's all right. Can I just leave that with you? Because he's just showing me this, but he might be just having a joke because he thinks he might be a good cook, and so he's just doing that. But I'll leave that with you because I want to talk about the truck, or I want to talk about I call it a truck, but it's a 4-wheel drive basically. Because we in Australia we only have 4-wheel drives. We don't have the big pickup trucks. We do, but we don't have a lot of them. But he's just
Right.
talking about talking about the truck or talking about the truck. But I know there's been some there was some memories around this. So can I leave that with you? I might be misinterpreting it. But Deborah, he
Yeah, he
just
did have
needs
a
to
truck.
say, thank you. And there's mishaps or memories around this truck. So can I leave that with you?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you. I might have been looking into it too much, and I've only got a couple of minutes to go. So I just want to say he's coming through. Now, he wants you to take a step forward and be very much of speaking your truth and taking the bull by the horns, because you've either been sitting back on your laurels or sitting back and not going where you want to go. And he's definitely around. Do you have a son? Because he's talking about a grandson.
No, I never had children.
Okay. Would you understand there would be a nephew for you, so a child younger than, like, in that generation? He wants to talk about his being around him a lot. Would that make sense?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
I mean, I have
Just leave that with
nephews,
you,
but
'cause
I never see them.
that's okay, because he's just talking about, well, then I just want to pull that back and go, don't be surprised if he gets in contact with you. But I just feel like I want to go take bull by the horns. He's come through wanting to give you a massive hug. And remember, lead with your heart, not your head.
Is there someone named Bob near me? Like a partner?
I want to say yes, with a big smile on my face. I've only got 10 seconds. So can I leave that with you, Deborah? But you can connect with me on my Facebook page, Jordie Jane's a Psychic Medium, and we'll continue with this. But can I leave that with you? Sorry, gorgeous. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll chat to you next week. Bye.